How to use the law of attraction to make your dreams happen. People seem to believe that they can simply think their way straight to success. They mistakenly believe that if they just think about their dreams often enough and vividly enough that, poof, they'll just seem to come true. But life is not a magic trick. If you told a starving child in Africa who had not had a single meal in 5 days to use the law of attraction to manifest a meal for themselves, how well do you think it would work out for them? Clearly, there's more to it than envisioning what you want. If you want to know what it really takes to achieve your greatest goals and ambitions, then the list of steps in this video will outline how to use the law of attraction the proper way. 1. Focus your thoughts in the direction of your dreams. If you were able to take a pebble and toss it into a pond, what happens? As soon as the pebble strikes the surface of the water, you get a series of ripples or waves which spread outwards in a circular direction until they get to the shoreline and seem to stop. The larger the pebble, the larger the ripples. The larger the pebble, the higher the waves. 2 stones of different sizes and weights tossed in at the same time at different places, but in close proximity, will both create a series of ripples which will eventually merge with one another. When the 2 sets of ripples converge, there seems to be a bit of a struggle as to which one overcomes or passes the other. As far as the human eye can see, if the ripples are the same size, both seem to stop or merge when they collide. But if one set of ripples is larger than the other, the larger set sweeps over the smaller set and creates waves in the wake of the smaller ripples. Let's consider this analogy in relation to our own thought patterns and mental impulses. Imagine you've got 2 stones in each hand. The stone in your left hand is labeled failure. The stone in your right hand is labeled success. The weight of each stone is in direct proportion to the amount of thought you give its label. So, how heavy are your stones? If your failure stone is heavier, then its ripples will simply stop or take over the ripples created by your stone labeled success. But if your success stone is heavier, then that will be the one that takes over. It's important to keep this in mind as you put the law of attraction to use towards making your dreams happen. Ensure that you focus your thoughts on successfully achieving those dreams more often than you focus on the fear of failure that you might experience if you don't. 2. Get specific. What do you want? What do your dreams look like specifically? If you want to make the law of attraction work for you, you have got to get specific. What is it exactly that you want? Figure it out down to every specific detail and write it down. Once you've done that, it's time to start taking action towards making it happen. 3. Put some actions where your thoughts are. Many people make the mistake of looking at the law of attraction as if it were a standalone solution to making their dreams a reality. They believe that they can make a vision board and use positive thinking to achieve success. But positive thinking is not enough. It will never be enough. If we think positive, but we still feel negative, then how will we act? Your thoughts, actions, and feelings are like a 3-legged stool. Positive thinking is powerful, but only when we think of it as one of the 3 necessary legs that reinforces the stool we're sitting on. If we don't want the stool to wobble or break, we've got to make sure we give each leg the care it needs to keep us from falling down and getting hurt. The key here, with making the law of attraction work for you, is to focus on being as congruent as possible between your thoughts, feelings, and actions. What's the best way to do that? First, remember that the way you think has got to be in line with the way you act, because the way you act is going to have an impact on the way you feel. And the way you feel is going to help reinforce the way you think. Or it's going to help you re-examine the way you think. which is going to circle right back around into helping you decide the way you choose to act in any given situation. See the feedback loop these three end up creating? It's not the law of attraction or positive thinking alone that drives our success in life. It's about being in positive congruence between the way we think, act, and feel that drives our success in life, and at the very least, helps us from falling off the stool. If you want to make big things happen, you've got to take action.